we will start the session. Uh, this session is getting recorded, so in case if you'd like to have a look at it again, it will be available. Kindly use the Q&A box to type out any message if you need any details. If you'd like to see anything in particular, please use the Q&A box to type out your message. I'll go as we go along. I'll try and answer those queries, and in case if you want to look at anything specific, I'll try and show those also during the presentation. We will start with a small presentation. We'll start with a small presentation. The agenda today would be that we will look at what we will look at the Algomojo platform and what are the features that are available in the platform. We'll try and see how to use some of the key features. We may not be able to cover the entire thing. We'll cover some of the key features as to how to use our platform for uh, automation of your strategies that you would be running. Now, we will look at how to integrate with TradingView strategies. And in case if anybody is interested in looking at Amibroker, we could try and have a look at that also. We'll have a small brief on the Algomojo support that we provide and a Q&A session. Now, don't wait for the end of the session for raising any queries that you would have. Kindly raise them as and when you have any doubts or if you'd like to get some more information about the platform or the features or whatever is the doubt that you would have. Yeah. Now, we'll start with the introduction to the platform. Our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based trade execution platform, I would say. We don't have any mobile or any other form of app. If you have any browser, you can log into our website and use all the facilities and features that are available in our platform. Yeah. It is designed for traders and investors to automate your strategies. Now, we have integrated our platform with some of the popular tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4 charting kind of platforms. If you're a coder using Python, you can refer to a library and do your own coding to automate the strategies that you will be running on using Python. We provide common API connectivities to integrate with multiple brokers. We provide whatever the execution modules that are required. We provide sample codes which are necessary for placing orders. Now, you need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. All you have to have is a good strategy that you would have tested and you would like to take trades based on the signals which you get using those strategies. Now you could be running these strategies in TradingView or Amibroker, MT4, charting anywhere. Now, whenever these platforms or your strategies or indicators gives you an entry for taking a position, either long or short, we could take those signals and place the orders in your broker account. So we act as a bridge between your charting platform and your broker. So you need not have to worry about placing orders. Automatically, our system will pick up those signals from these platforms and place the orders. Now, advantages being that it's a web-based platform and it's a pretty simple process to set up the entire automation steps. We will look at some samples today as to how to automate few strategies and how to automate few indicators. And you will get an idea and you will be able to do it on your own for any of your strategies that you would like to run. Some of the key features of Algomojo would include things like you can customize what is that you want to trade, whether you can trade not only in sorry, you can trade in segments like equities, you can trade in futures, you can trade in options. Currently, it is restricted for trading in Indian markets as such. We are not enabled for trading in cryptos or forex kind of markets. It is limited to the Indian equities or Indian markets as such. You can trade in options, which could be dynamic options or it could be a static option also. If you say dynamic options, you can trade in at the money or in the money or out of the money. You have a flexibility to choose up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. Now, the platform is useful not only for buying options. If you're a option writer, you can use our platform also for write options. Whenever you're getting a signal, we'll be able to write those options. Suppose there's a long signal generated. If you want to sell the PE of ATM or ITM or OTM, we will be able to take care of those kind of things. If there's a sell signal, if you want to sell a CE, we can do that for you. Now, if you're running uh, say trades in futures and you like to hedge them with options, you can do that also either by buying an option or even selling an option such. So you can hedge your main trade with option writing or even option buying. Kindly use the Q&A box in case you have any queries. I'll try and address them. Now, if the order quantity is big, you need not have to worry about placing multiple orders. We will split the orders based on the freeze limit set for the instrument that you're going to trade. It could be indices, it could be stocks. So we'll split the orders and place multiple orders for you. Whenever there's an entry, the quantity would be split based on the freeze limits. And when there's an exit, we will place multiple orders to close all the positions that would have been taken. Now, the platform offers facilities for setting targets and stop loss in our system itself. So, in case you have a strategy or you're trading based on an indicator, or if you're trading based on some discretionary rules that you would have taken an entry. And whenever there's a target or a stop loss you want to set for that entry that you have taken, you can do that using a platform. It's pretty simple to set the targets and stop loss, and you can set them either in points or even in terms of percentage or in terms of M to M also. So you have flexibility to choose any of these methods for target and stop loss. There are facilities for trailing your stops also. So as and when the price moves in your direction, the stop loss can also be trained again in terms of points or in terms of percentage or in terms of M to M also. Now, you can set M2M based. That is another risk management facility that you're offering. Now, you can also state when you want to trade. So we have seen our traders or investors would not like to take the trades in the first hour when the volatility is very high. They would like to wait for the market to stabilize. So you can say that, okay, I want to take trades only between say 11 a.m. to say 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Or you want to, or otherwise you are a scalper kind of person. You like to take the trades only when the volatility is high. You can say that, okay, let me take the trades between 9:15 to 10:15, and after that, if there are any signals coming in, I don't want to trade those kind of signals. So you can set the timings also as to when you want to start and when you want to end. So based on your settings, the signals will be processed in our platform. Now, for all users, we extend paper trading facility, and of course, live trading is definitely there. Paper trading, you can test up to 6 strategies for paper trading. Earlier, it used to be 3 paper trades for every user. Now we have increased that quantity to 6. The idea of providing paper trade is to check a platform if the process of placing the orders and execution of the signals are happening as per your requirement. It is to test those kind of signals or the processes that we have extended this paper trading facility. It is not recommended to use paper trade as a facility for back testing or for forward testing as such. Now, there are various tools available for back testing and forward testing. Our platform is not designed for back testing or for forward testing kind of facilities. It is extended only to test if the orders are going as per your expectation. Now, if there's a buy coming in, is it getting placed as per the option trades that you want to take, whether it is at ATM, ITM, OTM, or futures, or in the cash market? To test those processes of signals getting processed is what the paper trading facility is extended for all users as such. So you can test up to 6 paper trades, and once you're satisfied that yes, orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then you can move to live trade. So we would always recommend that you start with paper trade, check if the orders are flowing as per your expectations, and then move to live trades. Don't start with live trades immediately, because there could be some variations which may need fine tuning in terms of rules or in terms of setting of the alerts or modules in Amibroker. So once you fine tune those things and see that okay, the orders are getting placed as per your strategy or as per your indicator, targets and stop loss are getting hit as per your requirements. Uh, Once you test all those parameters, then get into live trades as such. Uh, so kindly make use of the paper trading facility for testing your strategies and the executions, and then move to live trade. In terms of live trading, there's no limitation. The limitation is only for paper trading. So you can test up to 6 strategies at a time. Live trading, there's no limitation. You can do as many strategies or run as many uh, signals that are required. You have flexibility to roll over in case if you're trading in options, weekly options, you want it to be changed to next week on the expiry day or before the expiry. We can do that. Suppose you're trading in a monthly contract and say you want to roll over 5 days before the expiry, and at a given point in time, say at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you want the rollover to happen. So we will look at any open positions and close those positions of the current contract and take up the contract for the uh, next month as such that you would have specified, right? So rollover flexibilities are provided. You can also define what the maximum number of entry signals that you want to execute, want the system to be executed with. Now, when we say maximum number of entry signals, it means that we have seen strategies, or there are traders and investors who run strategies which gives multiple buy signals or multiple sell signals when you're taking short trades. If you don't want to take more than say 2 or 3 buy trades coming in one after the other, you can set in the system itself saying that the number of maximum entry signals that I want is 2 or 3. So based on that number, say there's a buy coming in. So if you have set it to 3, it will take the first 3 buys that will come in. And after that, if there are any new buy signals coming in, it will not be executed. It will stop at 3 buy signals and execute the sell order and then get into a buy again if there's a sell signal. Otherwise, it will stop taking all the other buy signals that would be generated from your systems as such. There's a facility for you to specify how many trades you want to do in a day. Suppose you're a trader or a scalper, or and you don't want to take say more than 5 trades in a day. So you can set that as a limit in the platform. So when if you say set 5 as the maximum number of trades that you would like to take. So any signals coming in after 5 trades that have been executed, it will not get, your system will shut down and it will not process any new signals as such. So you can, there's a big flexibility. You can choose any number. Suppose you want to do unlimited, you want to take all the signals, that's also possible. Suppose you want to limit it to say a couple of signals, you can do that. So that is another flexibility that you have provided. So kindly make use of the Q&A box in case you have any queries to be raised. If you have any queries, please let me know. Moving on to some more features in our platform, you can suppose you're a trader, options trader, and you want to execute multiple legs of an option strategy based on a single signal coming in from your charting tool. You can do that. Currently, you will need to set all the individual legs of the strategy that you want to run separately and then group them together for execution based on a single signal. Right now, we are also working on a facility wherein, suppose you say iron condor, automatically all the legs of iron condor could would be generated and by the system itself. And then, if you want any modification to be done to that, you can do that, or you can take it up for execution as such. So that is still under development. Once it is ready, it will be announced and it will be available in our platform. Currently, you will need to specify each of those legs and then group them together manually. So how to do that is also explained in our blog. Uh, I will let you know which is the blog to be referred to. Now, in case if you're an option trader, kindly go through the blog and do the setup as per the explanation provided in the blog and execute all the legs of your option strategy based on the signals. Now you can get Telegram notifications whenever you have a buy or a sell or an order is getting executed in your platform. All you need to do is use in Telegram. There's a bot called Algomojo bot. Use kindly get into that channel. There's a chart ID to be picked up. Take the chart ID and place it in your strategy. So whenever orders are coming in or signals are coming in, you will get a notification. Now, this is another feature that we have recently introduced. It's called lock profit or trail profit. Now, the difference between lock profit and M2M, or the profit P&L and the M2M, you're aware. Suppose you're a positional trader, you would like to know what is the actual P&L for that entry that you have taken. Of course, if for intraday, what counts would be the M2M. So we have a facility where you can track your profits, and if you want to trail those profits you can do that also, or if you want to lock the profit and come out of it with the kind of profit expectations that you had once it is achieved, that can also be done. Now the process of setting up locking of profits is pretty simple. Now you can do it with a couple of steps. You'll need to say when you would like to trigger this, and once you've said that, you will need to say when you want, what is the amount that you want to lock in. So suppose you say that, okay, if my profit has got reached a level of 10,000 rupees and I want this trigger to be enabled, so you can set that. And once it is triggered, suppose you say that I want minimum profit of 6,000 to be locked in. So come what may, you can set that as 6,000 rupees. And so what the system will do is if the price is moving in your direction or if the trade is in your direction, it will keep track of that. And if the price starts moving against your position, and if it comes down to a level of 6,000 rupees, it will close the position for you so that you can take the minimum profit that you are expecting as such. Pretty simple to set it up. And also you have a facility to trail that profit. Not only M2M, even the actual profits can be trailed based on the kind of trades that you're taking as such. Any queries so far? If there's anything particular you'd like to see, please use Q&A box and let me know. I will try and show that also in the platform. Anybody, any queries? Yeah, the segments that you can trade would include cash markets, which could be intraday, and it could be delivery based also. So investors who are looking at holding these stocks for a longer duration of periods can also use our system for trading in cash markets. Then you can trade in futures and options. It could be NSE, VSE, commodities, any of these segments. You can trade in dynamic options. So at the point, whenever there's a signal coming in and you want to trade in, say, ITM or OTM or ATM, you can specify that. We will place orders as per your settings done. Now, all these settings had to be done as a one-time activity. We will look at it, how to do the actual setup when we get into the platform demonstration as such. We have integrated with close to 27, 28 brokers as of now. Most of the large brokers are already integrated for API trading with us. including brokers like Dhan, Angel, Zerodha, uh, Trade Zebu, First Stock, Finvasia, Shunya, Fires, all these brokers are already integrated. So in case you have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform and get to experience all the features that we have. We don't limit any features. You will be able to try out all the features available. In case if you already have an account, we provide you 7 days trial period, and after that, you can go in for a subscription of our platform. Now, the details of the subscription we'll share it with you shortly. Now, in case now we also have a special offer in case you open a new account with any of these 7 brokers, you get the Algomojo APIs free for lifetime. As such. So you need not have to incur any cost towards automation. It will come free of cost for life for you. So try and use make use of this facility. Now, how to open a new account with Algomojo as a referral? I'll show it to you when in our platform as such. So you can try and open a new account and avail this facility. Now, when it comes to automation, it is normally done in 2 steps. The first step is what you need to define in our platform itself. What is that you want to trade with, whether it is equities, whether it is futures, whether it is options, how many lots, whether it is intraday, carry forward, whether you want to have target, stop loss, all these settings needs to be done as a one-time activity in Algomojo platform. We will look at that. And once you define that process, you enable the paper trade or live trade. Always start with the paper trade. Once you check for the order flow, if it is going through as per your expectation, then you can move to live trade environments. Now, the second step is setting up the trading view. If you have a strategy or if you have an indicator, you can do that. You can do the setup using the webhook URL that we provide. And if you are using Amibroker, you will need to download certain modules and then do the setup. Now, all these are one-time setups, which are pretty simple to do. We have tried to keep this platform for automation as user-friendly as possible, as simple as possible. You need not have to have any coding or programming knowledge. All you have to do is copy paste certain things, and the automation will be ready for you. So whenever there's a signal coming in, the orders can get placed automatically. Now, there are certain rules which are pretty important in terms of selection. If there's a mismatch in the rule that you would use, then the orders may not get placed as per your expectation. Now, it's important that one understands how these rules operate. There are rules called long only, short only, long plus short, buy sell. Then you have something called a long plus short, buy sell short cover, and stop and reversal. Now, what are these rules? How to use it? I will explain using a chart, and you can correlate it to the kind of strategies that you would be running for automation in your systems as such. We will look at integration with TradingView. Before that, let's look at our platform as such. Now, our website is algomojo.com. As I was mentioning, you can go into algomojo.com and use this facility called open account, wherein if you open account with any of these 7 brokers, you get the Algomojo's APIs free of cost for life as such. Kindly use this facility here in algomojo.com. Click on the open account feature, the button, and complete the process of account opening with any of these brokers. Once you get the client ID and the password from the broker, you will be able to avail the Algomojo APIs. Now, in case if you want to uh, have a demo done individually, or if you need any assistance in terms of doing a setup for TradingView or for Amibroker or for charting, you can book a slot using this button called install slot. It will give you an opportunity to say what time and what date representative should get in touch with you and assist you in terms of doing the setup as such. Now, in case if you feel that there are certain features that are essential for your kind of trading or investments, you can ask for a new feature to be developed in our platform. So we will use this button and provide the details of the features that you would want. If it's already available, our team will tell you how to use that. And in case if it is not available, we will also let you know whether it is feasible and by when it can be implemented. Yes, limit order is another facility that we are working on. It is under testing. Um, it will be made available shortly. Otherwise, all orders are currently going as market orders. So once you get into algomojo.com, you can log in. You'll need to log in using this login button. Yeah. Now, if you have, say, multiple accounts of your family members, suppose you have an account with Zerodha, and all your other family and friends also have in Zerodha. All of you will need to have subscription taken from Algomojo for using the facility. Not an issue at all. But subscription will be required for all users as such. Yes, you can have as many accounts of your friends and families. Of course, the current limitation is you can open one account with one broker for one person as such. It is all linked to your mobile number and Aadhaar card, Aadhaar number, those kind of things. Yes. So the same broker will not allow multiple accounts to be opened for one individual as such. Um, Does that answer your query, sir? Or you are looking at something different? Are you expecting something different when you say that? Can I account of three members of the same broker? I'm not able to understand your complete requirement there. Now, suppose you have an account and you're running a strategy and you would like a similar kind of orders to be placed in your family members of brokers or friends. You can do that using our platform. There's a facility called signal sharing facility. So using that, you can place orders into multiple accounts of your friends and family based on single signal that you would be generating from your strategy that you would run on, say, TradingView or Amibroker or any other platforms. So such kind of features are available in our platform. Yeah, moving forward, so you can log in. If suppose you already have an account, you can log in to using this login button into our platform. All you have to do is enter the same broker ID and broker provided client ID and password for login. There will be no separate login IDs required to use our platform. It is the same credentials given by a broker to be updated here and login also. I'll be using a broker called TradeGenie for today's demo. So this is the client ID provided by TradeGenie for me. So need to update the password. So it will be the same password and the authentication method. You'll need to use the authenticator or the mobile app code for login. So once you log in, you will have the user interface for all brokers is the same. You'll have a summary page which gives you details about all your funds and holdings and positions if it is open. Otherwise, you also get a facility to create watch lists to keep monitoring your stocks. And if in case you want to place orders manually, also you can do that from here. Suppose you want to buy, say, Reliance. You can do that from here, say by Reliance, and orders will get placed. This is for facilitating manual order placement as such. From the watch list, you can place manual orders also. However, for automation, what you will need is the API as the first step. After login, you'll need to get into this left side tabs, go to the section called My API. When you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to generate the API of Algomojo. So once you do that, the client ID, which is of your broker, and these are Algomojo APIs and secrets will be generated. You will have the validity period and number of days shown also displayed. Now, all users would get a 7 days trial. Once the trial is over, you can get into different methods of subscription. It could be monthly, it could be half yearly or yearly. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees for you. Kindly use the free trial period first and experience our platform. Check all the features and facilities that are available. And in case if you feel that okay, it is meeting your requirement in terms of trading or investments, then get into subscription method. Uh, uh, Request you not to take the subscription immediately because one if you realize that okay if it is not meeting your requirement, then the subscription should not go waste for you. So hence request, please take the trial period, experience it for 7 days, run out or try all the strategies and studies that you have for automation or for placing manual orders or monitoring your position, those kind of things. And if you feel that the platform is able to meet the requirement, then go in for subscriptions, which are available. Now, in case if you open a new account with any of the 7 brokers I was mentioning, you will get the APIs free for life as such. So some 9,000 days or till 2050 is what my API is valid as. After you have the APIs of Algomojo, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade in our platform. This will be a one-time activity for each instrument that you want to trade. So the way to do that is to go to the left pane and look at something called My Strategies tab. So here, these are the other old strategies that I would have created. So this sheet will be blank when you're trying for the first time. Use this tab called New Strategy and define what is that you want to trade here. For example, for today's demo, we will start with say Nifty futures, NF, let's say, and give a name as NF demo, Nifty futures demo for 28th June. Name can be anything. Then the next important step is to define the rule. Now, I'll start with a rule called stop and reverse. I'll explain each of these rules when we open a chart and look at what type of rule to be used in relation to the chart. Uh, the stop and reverse rule is mostly is applicable for strategies like super trend, which is always in trade, either long or short. So if you have any strategy which is always in trade, either long or short, then use the rule called stop and reverse. How to use the other rules, I will explain. The next step is to define what is that you want to trade, whether it is equities, futures, and options, or dynamic options. So we'll start with futures. So I'll select futures and option, and the symbol need to be defined as to what is that we want to trade, and say Nifty. Once you type in the first few letters of the symbol, you'll get a drop down. Please select it from there. I'm selecting the July contract. Then whether it is NRML or MIS is what you need to mention. Then price is always market. So as of now, leave it at the default value. Once we have the limit order facility, even you will get the drop down for limit orders. So, and then define how many lots you want to trade. Suppose if you say 100 lots, it will show you the quantity because Nifty's lot size is 75 into 100 is 7,500. We will split the orders in steps of 1,800 and place multiple orders. Now, these are some of the basic things that you need to define. Uh, Once these information are updated, it is a one-time activity, it will be saved and you can keep using this going forward. You need not have to define every time. If you want to make any changes, you can come back here and do it. Suppose you want to increase from 100 lots to 150 lots, say for from Monday onwards or from Wednesday or on Thursday, whenever you want to change those lots, you can do that from here. So it is editable. You can keep updating what is that you want to trade based on your requirements. So these are basic information that needs to be kept here or filled up. Then there are other optional details like whether you want to keep a target, you can do that from here. If you say target, you can define in terms of percentage, points, or MTM. If you say that, okay, I want target to be 1% of the futures current rate, you can say that. You can select say percentage and say 1%, and you can update the target value here. Similarly, you can update the stop loss. You can update the um, stop loss here in terms of percentage, points, or MTM. These are optional ones. Now, in case if your strategy is already taking care of all these parameters, leave them blank. Now, there are things like profit log and trail your stop profits, trail your MTM, all that can be updated from here under this section. Below that section is there are certain fields like start time, end time. End time is suppose you don't want any signals to be processed after say 2 o'clock or 2:30. You can say that. So any signal coming in at say 3 o'clock will be stopped. We will not process that order. In case if you have such kind of requirements, you can update them. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. If you are an intraday trader, if you want to square off your position, say at say 2:45, you can set that time. It can be any time. And similarly, on the expiry day or whenever you want to roll over, you want to make the rollovers, you can do that. Those kind of settings from here, right? Any queries so far? Kindly use the Q&A box and raise them. So these are some of the other settings that you need to do. Now there are things like maximum daily signals. Like I was mentioning that in case if you don't want to trade more than 5 signals in a day, you can come here and set that to say 5. So the system will take only 5 trades. So there's a buy coming in, so it'll take buy and sell, buy, sell. It will keep doing it up to 5 trades. After that, it will not trade for you. It will get switched off. So once you define these parameters, you'll need to submit it here. If there are no errors, it will get saved and a webhook URL will be created, and there are certain codes that are created, as you can see below. Now, we will be using these webhook URL and these codes for automation purpose. The webhook URL is the most important part. It will link your account uh, from wherever you're running, TradingView or Amibroker or Charting, any of those places, to this strategy called, say, for example, here it is called PC275 as a strategy. So when a signal is sent from your charting platform, it will come to Algomojo. And from this code, we will be able to understand to which customer it belongs. And for that customer, which strategy it belongs. And in that strategy, what is the expectation, whether the order has to be placed or sold, whether it is intraday, or whether it is futures, options, all those details are defined here. So we will place orders as per the definitions updated here in this way. So it is important to use the right webhook URL. So when you're creating multiple things for trading in, say, equities and futures, and it could be MCX, it could be um, any instrument, you will have multiple things defined. If you make an error in terms of using this webhook URL, the order may not go through as per the expectation. So be careful. This is the most important link between your charting platform and Algomojo for placement of the correct orders. After updating the necessary fields, all you have to do is go back here. And by default, it will be set to inactive state. You will need to enable the live trade or paper trade. Always start with the paper trade, check some orders which go through, and then if you're satisfied with the processing, then and if you find that the orders are getting placed as per your requirements, you can enable for live trades. Yeah. So once you toggle the buttons, it will show you whether it is live trade or paper trade as such. So whenever you're switching off and on, it will ask you whether you want to close all the positions which are open. If you don't want that to happen, you can say no. Then it will not close the positions. Suppose if you say yes, whatever open positions that were running will get closed. So be careful when you're switching it off and switching it on during the day, at the time of during the market hours, especially. So let's start with the paper trade. Any queries so far? Anything, any clarity required so far in terms of setting up this strategy where we define what is that we want to trade? We will look at some more samples First thing what we created just now is for trading in futures. We will also look at how to trade in, say, options. If you want to look at any other segments, we can create another strategy for trading in options or trading in, uh, say, commodities for one more thing. Trading in equities, you'll need to define under new strategy for each of those segments that you want to trade, right? So once you're done in terms of updating what is that you want to trade, next step is to get into the charting platform and do the automation setup. So we will use the trading view for looking at the setup, how to do automation for any strategies or indicators that you would have in trading view. For example, in case you want to see Amibroker, let me know. I'll be able to show both trading view and Amibroker setups today. So yeah, important thing is we will be using a webhook URL facility for which the subscription to TradingView is required. The free version doesn't provide a facility for placement of webhook URL. So you will need to have the subscription of TradingView. So once you have the TradingView subscription, all you need to do for as a first step is select the instrument that you want to trade. Let's look at uh, Bitcoin. That market will be open, so we'll be able to see some live signals getting generated. So once you have selected the instrument, select the instrument that you want to, time frame that you want to trade in. Say, for example, let's look at a 1 minute time frame, right? Now, this market is running and open, so let me just this the other one. No, we'll go with the other one. Sorry, why is this not working? Yeah, not much of a movement in crypto looks like today in the morning. No, not in this side. So load your instrument that you want to trade. It could be Nifty, Bank Nifty, it could be stock, any of those, and load the time frame. Selected 1 minute time frame so that we should be able to get some live signals. So after that is done, you'll need to load your strategy. It can be any strategy in that you would have, which gives you buy sell signals as such. Uh, you can bring in any there are paid strategies, there are free strategies, any kind of strategies which are generating buy sell signals. If you have them, you can start using them and automating the signals as such. So next step is to load your strategy. I have the super trend loaded. So super trend, you would have most of you would have seen or experienced or used super trend. It is always in trade, like either it is long or short. So we will see how to automate signals coming in from super trend. Now after you have selected the instrument and the time frame and loaded your strategy, go to the strategy and click on this more button. You will get a facility to add alert. So for adding alert, you have to update the message box here. All you have to do is whatever is the default content, remove that Now go to Algomojo, which you just created here, for example. If you go to view and if you come down below, under this trading view section, under the strategy section, there's a code. Just copy that, come back to trading view and paste it here and give a name. Here we'll give a name as NFMO 28 June. And under notification, you will need to update the webhook URL. Whatever is the default webhook URL, remove that and pick up this webhook URL of that strategy and paste it here. So you updated the message box content, given a name, updated the webhook under the notification, and just say create. That is all is the steps involved in automation of your strategy. So it will be shown here. So whenever this strategy generates a sell or next to the buy signal, it will pick up that signal and place orders in your account automatically. Now, suppose, as you can see now, it's just taken a sell signal and you feel that you want to get into this trade because you expect the markets to keep going down and you would like to take this trade. All you have to do is go to Algomojo and at least for the first time, since this system was we are a bit late in terms of uh, the sell signal got generated. So I will define manually here a sell position so that whenever there's a new signal coming in, after that it will close the sell signal, the short position, and take a buy long signal, a position. So here I generated the sell signal manually using this button. You can place manually from here. Always use from the strategy section either to buy, sell, or short cover, so that our system will update and it will know that you have taken this position. And for this position, any signals coming in from your charting tool, it will after that do the processing automatically. Here, just to get into that trade, I took the position of short manually. Now, where do you see this order? You go to my signals tab, and you can see here that my a manual sell signal has been generated. It will show you the time and what is the status, those kind of things. If there's any rejections, you will be able to see the reasons for rejections also when you take the cursor on the rejected status reason. You can see the orders placed uh, under the orders tab, and you can see the position running. So there's a 7,500 quantity of short position running. Now, when TradingView gives a buy signal, for example, this short position taken will be closed and a long position will be taken, right? So in case if you feel that, okay, you want to take a particular trade and after that leave it to the chart to handle your trades going further, you can do it in this manner. Otherwise, you can wait whenever for a new signal to appear. So whenever that is coming in, it will take the position of buy or sell from here itself. Any doubts, queries so far on this setup? It's a simple process of automation. All you have to do is load your instrument. It could be stocks, it could be futures, it could be an option chart also, or it could be futures chart, any of those, depending on what you're trying to trade. Select that instrument, then select the instrument time frame in which you're trying to trade, and then load your strategy. After you load your strategy, go to this more button and say add alert. Under the message in the pop-up box, go to this message section. Whatever is available by default value, replace the message box content with this. You go to view, it'll show you the content. Copy this and paste it here, for example. Paste it here. Give it a name, and under notification, update the webhook URL from the strategy that you just created. For example, copy this and paste it here. And say create. That is all is the process for automation. It is as simple as that. It can be any strategy as long as it is giving buy sell signals. You will be able to place orders automatically. There's no other complexity involved. There's no other steps to automate. You need not have to get in to see what is the code used in super trend and any changes or any modules to be inserted in the code. No, nothing at all. It is just a copy paste of two things. One is the message box content and the other one is the webhook URL. Both are provided by us. All you have to do is just pick up those and paste it here. That's it. And create alert. As simple as that. There's no other complexity. Any queries on this? Any queries so far on how to do this? It can be anything. If you have any doubts, kindly ask using the Q&A box. We'll be able to address that. Okay. While we wait for a new signal, let me try and explain the rules that are there. Like super trend is, as I was saying, is always in trade, either long or short. Now, for such kind of strategies, you will need to use the rule called stop and reverse. Now, if you're a trader, you want to take only, say, for example, short trades. You feel that, okay, or say a long trades. You feel that the markets are going to trend up from now on, and you don't want to take any short positions in this market. So all you have to do is in Algomojo, change the rule to, for example, let me go back now. So in strategy, in the rule, you can select long only. So whenever there's a long signal or a buy signal coming in, that will get executed. And when a sell signal comes, it will close the long position and not take the reverse position of short. So, or if there's a sell coming in, it will not process that. It will wait only for the buy signal to come in. So whenever there's a buy signal coming in, it will take a long position. And when a sell signal comes, the long position will be closed and there'll be no open positions. So that is when you're using short only as the rule and you want to take only long trades. Sorry, long only as the rule and you want to take only the long trades. The reverse of that is short only. That is, if you want to take only short trades and not take any long trades, use the short only rule. You have long only, you have short only. Then if you are a trader, and you want to trade both long and short, use the rule called short, long plus short buy sell. In there are two variants, long plus short buy sell. For trading view, normally the actions or the signals that come in are buy and sell only. Short and cover is more for Amibroker. So don't use this unless your trading view is also sending short and cover. You have got the coding done for short and cover in trading view. Then use this rule. Otherwise, you can use the buy and sell. The way it would operate is, suppose there's a long entry, for example, here, and a target is met here, say, for example, what it will do is it will take a long position here and your target is hit here and it will close the position for you and not take any long or short. There'll be no positions. After that, for example, there are no trades for some time. Then the sell comes, it will take the short position. Then suppose a target is set, it will close the short position and wait for the new signal to come in. It could be another short, it could be long also. So depending on the kind of signal that is coming in, or depending on the way your strategy is designed, you will need to use these kind of rules as such. Now, in case if you have any doubts on how the rules work, you will be able to check the details of each of the rule when you take the cursor on those rules as such. It will give you a brief about how it operates. In case if you still further want any clarification, kindly get in touch with us. We will be able to explain it to you. Looking at we can come online and check how is your strategy designed and accordingly suggest the rule to be used. Whether it is by long plus short buy sell or long plus short buy sell short cover, or it is only long only or short only. Depending on your requirement, we'll be able to suggest as such. So important is to understand and select the correct rule. And in case if you make a mistake or if there's a mismatch, then the trades taken may not be as per the requirement. So be careful as on the selection of the rule. If there's a mismatch in the rule and the strategy that you're running, then the orders may not be getting processed properly. So you'll need to come back and redefine the rule that you are going to use, and then check whether the orders are going as per your studies as such, and then continue with your trading. So always use a paper trade and check if the orders are flowing as per your strategy or the indicator or the studies that you are running. And then once you're satisfied that it is getting done, then shift over to live trade. Right? Any queries so far? Yeah. Meanwhile, we can also look at so how to trade using a lot of people use uh, trend line, for example. It could be any kind of studies or price based. Suppose you have taken an entry here and you feel that this is the resistance level. You want to, whatever long entry has been taken, you want to close that here. You can do that also. The best method to do that is say draw a resistance line. All you have to do is go to that particular level and say right click and say I add alert. If we as you can see, the pop-up box is slightly different. You will need to define what is a condition and what is a trigger. For strategies, it is pretty simple. You can see here. For strategies, it will ask only the message box to be updated. The pop-up looks slightly different. And whereas for price-based or indicators-based, it is slightly different. So for price-based, you can say that, okay, as you can see here, there's a condition to be updated and a trigger to be updated also. So we will say that the price when it is crossing up from below, I want a sell to be generated. So what we do is here at a level of say 645 is what we'll keep the level as. And in the message box, we'll need to update the sell code. So that is provided from Algomojo. Go to Algomojo, go to the strategy. Under the indicator section, there's a sell code given here. Copy that and come back here and paste it and update the webhook URL. Here we will say that we'll give a name. Let's make this bank, or we can say exit levels. It will keep it for the same strategy, just for demo purpose, and say create. Sorry, this should have been 6. Let me try and change the values. Yeah, yeah. Once you create the levels, you can drag it up and down manually also. So it is a one-time activity of creating these levels. So you can move it up and down using the cursor itself, or you can load, you go to the edit and update the values also. You can say that, okay, here you want it to move it to say uh, zero point 0.6, say. So as you can see here, the exit level is defined. Suppose you take an entry using any method, the once the price reaches this level, the long entry will get closed. So you can set your targets also in this fashion. Yeah. Now, suppose you have a super trend strategy and you are trading in 500 stocks in TradingView. You can use the watch list facility uh, in TradingView and apply the strategy on the watch list, which will have all your stocks as such. Now, if you're trying to trade 500 stocks, then you will need to have multiple watch lists, and you can apply the same, say, super trend strategy to all the find watch list that you create. And whenever whichever stock is meeting the criteria of buy or sell from the watch list, it will pick up that stock and place orders as such. So it is one alert that you need to create for a watch list. However, you need to have a premium plan for of TradingView. The basic plan will not work. Let me show you that. TradingView subscription plans. Look at. Let me go to the pricing. Yeah. So if you want to watch list, use the watch list, then you have to this plan of premium allows you to create two watch list. I think each watch list can hold, I think, 50 stocks or so. So if you're doing some 500, then maybe you need to go for the expert plan or the ultimate plan, depending on how many watch lists you want to create. And take the subscription, and you'll be able to trade in all the 500 stocks. Uh, Say if you're running a strategy of super trend, if you have the subscription and you apply the watch list of super trend as the strategy for the watch list, any stocks in the watch list, whenever it is getting a buy or a sell signal, it will be generated and sent for execution as such. If you're looking at higher number of stocks, then you need to maybe going for the expert plan or the ultimate plan as such. The basic plan will not support, right? Okay. Now, coming back to TradingView, we were looking at yeah, this is how you can create for level based also. Suppose you are taking an entry manually and you want to exit based on the targets, you can set up this, and it is a one-time setup. And suppose say this is a support level, you want to buy when it comes here, create one more alert, right click here and say add alert here. And when the price is coming crossing up, we will say again, that is we want the price to go down and then start moving up. It should not keep good going down further. If it is a good support, it will touch that level and starts moving up from that level. So that is why we are saying that when the price is crossing up, we have to take a buy entry. So here, it's when the if the price goes down below the 644 level and starts moving up, it will take a long entry. So in the message box, we will update with this code. Instead of sell, we will say buy. And here we can say long entry as a name. So as you can see, there's a level created here and another level created here. This is for entry. Suppose you're doing a support or a stop loss kind of environment, or for a short trade, you can keep these levels defined. Or if you want to go long here, you can keep this as a level. You can say that, okay, the price comes down here and starts moving up this level, it has to trigger a long position. That is what it will do. As simple as that. So you can create levels, and uh, it's again one-time activity. Suppose you don't want to use them, you can go and pause them. As you can see here, you can just pause them. So the levels will go off. And if you want to reuse them, you can go and activate them again. You can say activate. So the levels will appear. So whenever you want to use these levels, you can pause or reactivate and then start change values either by typing in the values here, or you can shift it, moving it up or down depending on the market, depending on your requirement. You can make those changes. It is as simple as that. So when price reaches this level, for the long entry that you would have taken, it will exit. Or if you want to take an entry when the price goes down below this and starts moving up, it will take a long. So that is how you create these alerts in TradingView. It is as simple as that. There's no complication involved. All you have to do is copy paste one or two things. For example, here we had to copy this code called bind and put the webhook URL. That's it. And here we use cell as the message box content and the webhook URL. That's it. No other complication involved. It is very simple to create one-time activity, and it will be there available always for you. So whenever you want to use it, you can use it, or you can stop it or make changes to it, as flexible as that. Right? Any queries so far? Yeah. Another interesting thing that we normally come across is a lot of people use this. They use the trend line. Suppose uh, you draw a trend line, for example, and um, it can be anything. So you are drawing a trend line, and if the price is going up this trend line, you would want to take a long entry, or if the price is going down below this, you want to take short entry. You can all you have to do is go here, put in your study like this, draw your trend line, and if the price comes below this, you want a short end to be triggered. All you have to do is click on the trend line and add alert on trend line. So you can say price crossing down or crossing down the trend line. Here we have this as trend line crossing down, and once the price crosses below that level, we want a short to be created, is what we are saying. Not the touch of it. Once it has to close below that candle, and in the message box you have to put in the code called for sell. Here you can say sell and put the update the webhook URL. That's it. So if the price closes below this level, and give it a name also, say TL breakdown, and say create, it will be there. And uh, again, as you can see, TL breakdown. This, if you feel that okay, you have to move this down, bring it down further, or you want to make any changes to this trend line angle or anything, or you don't want to use them, you can create it once and leave it there in trading view and make any kind of changes or modifications. So alert creation is one-time activity. It is always available for you. You can make changes, shift them, pause them, uh, alter them. You can do all those things in TradingView. TradingView platform is an excellent platform, offering a lot of studies and a lot of advantages. Kindly make use of them. Yes. So here also, suppose you want to make this further down, you can say that okay, if the price is going to move up from here, you want a long to be taken. So whenever that happens, a long will be triggered and an entry will be taken. So automation of any kind of studies or strategies is very, very simple using the TradingView. These are the steps involved. All you have to do is put in your strategy or your trend line or your study, resistance, support, create an alert for either long or short or closing the position or opening the position. It will be there. uh, how to find ST Algomojo? Is it super trend, sir? Or there's a query how to find ST Algomojo. Okay, so, see, if you want to use, see, super trend is not our strategy. It is a popular strategy, lot of which has been in existence, and lots of people, almost every trader has would have used super trend in their life as such. So it is, if you Google it, it is available. Otherwise, also you can take it from our website. All you have to do is go to say this Algomojo, wherever you have gone, logged in, go to strategies, and under strategies go to trading view. These are, we are just hosting it. We are, it is not that we are selling it or promoting this. It is just as a code available for you. All you have to do is go to this section, go to the super trend. The entire code is available for you. All you have to do is copy this code and put it in trading view and start using it. So again, this is not our proprietary super trend kind of thing. We have made some changes in terms of broker handling those kind of things, which was the earlier method. It is still being made available for the users. It is a common, the logic is pretty popular and common. We have used the same logic in this code also. So in case you want to use them, you can try and use them. All you have to do is copy paste them and then start do the automation in the same fashion like what we did here. Load the strategy, load the Pine code, and you'll get the super trend strategy here and start running it. That's it. So as you can see, the for the super trend, we took a short portion and that continues to keep running as such. So whenever this turns to, we had taken that manually. So after that, we have left it to the system. So if the system gives a buy signal, the long portion will get closed and the short portion can be taken. That's how any manual trade taken can also be automated. Any queries, any understanding required in this? So you can use resistance levels to close your positions as targets, or support levels to take entry, and you can run a strategy and exit based on the target and stop loss as such that you can create in TradingView itself. Instead of, suppose you want to trigger your stop loss or target from here, you can still do that. Yes, in case if it is not built in to your system itself, you can create it manually, like drawing a horizontal line and keeping that as the target levels or stop loss levels. And then whenever those levels are achieved, your existing trade will be closed, or a new trade can be taken out. Like, yeah, how manual trade can be taken automatically. I mean, like when we were creating this alert for Super Trend, we had said that, okay, since it is when we created the alert, since the cell was already running, we wanted to take this trade manually, and after that, automatically we want the system to handle it. What we did was we went in here and place a manual order. All you have to do is go to the strategy that you have created, for example, here, and give a sell order. So it will take a short position. So you can see that here. Yeah, I created sell order generated. We created initially one sell order, and we have created one more sell order now. And if the system gives a buy now, it will cover that position and take the long position. So you can see now 1500 quantity of short is running. So this is how you can take a portion manually, and after that, you want the system for your strategy to handle it. You can continue to, you can leave it to the, you can create an alert and link it to that strategy using the webhook URL, and then it will continue to handle it automatically. So when a buy comes now, the short position will be closed and a new position in long will be taken, because we are running super trend, so it is always in long or short. Also, this recording is available, will be available after this session. Now, in case you would like to go through it, you missed the initial part of it, you can, you'll be able to do that also. Yeah, yeah. TradingView gives you excellent flexibility. You can use multi-time frame executions as such. All you have to do is get the coding done in using the Pine script based on the logic. Suppose you want to look at a 1 hour time frame, what is Supertrend doing? If in the 1 hour time frame, Supertrend is running in long, and in a 5 minute time frame, Supertrend is giving long short, you want to take only the buy signals because your 1 hour time frame is running in long, you want to take long positions in the 5 minute time frame, you can do that also. Or you don't want any short signals to be taken because higher time frame is in long, you can do that also. All this is possible, but only thing, you will need to get the coding done separately for that. And in case if you need any assistance in terms of coding, we to undertake coding of such requirements, multi-time frame, or you want us to refer to various indicators or studies as such, and then a code developed for you, we can help you doing that. And the time and cost involved will be dependent on how complex is the requirement, how much time will be involved, and how much cost will it be for you. We will let you know after studying the requirement as such. Yeah, suppose you have taken a longer time frame, a buy entry, and when a short time frame is giving you sell entry, you can exit that. And when the short time frame gives you buy entry, you can take it again. You can keep working for yourself. Another thing that we come across is people using indicators. Suppose you have an indicator, say for example, it can be any indicator. Let me try and use the stochastic. Uh, if you want to take a trade based on the indicator, it can be anything. Bring in ADX and MACD. It could be any kind of CCI, any of those indicators, and you want to place an order. That is also possible. Now, for example, if you want to say take a trade in Bank Nifty, for example, when the RSI is coming up from below, you want a CE to be taken, and when the RSI goes above 80 and starts coming down, you want a CE to be closed and a PE to be taken. That can also be done. The best method to do is, let's look at creating one, how to do that. So all you have to do is go to Algomojo here and create one more strategy for, say, Bank Nifty options. Give it a name, BN options demo 28. I'll select a similar rule, stop and reverse. I'll use dynamic options, and here we'll say Bank Nifty, and we'll say the expiry as current month, strike as, say, ITM2, and you have the options of buying, selling, or hedge buying, hedge selling. You can do any of those here. We'll select buying, and order type is NRML or MIS, and price is always market. Here we'll say 100 lots. We'll show you that quantity is 3,500. So once you fill up these basic details and save them, sorry, I think Bank Nifty, they changed the split quantity. We are yet to update. Let me select Nifty as such. If there's any mismatch, it will ask you to take the make the corrections and guide you to make those changes. So once it is selected, we have selected Nifty for options trade. So once you create this, go to trading view. Yeah, and we'll create an alert. We'll say that, okay, the RSI is starting to come down below a level of, say, 60. We want a PE to be taken. And when it goes below 20 and starts coming up, when it comes to 30, we want the PE to be closed and the CE to be taken. That's how we will design. So the way method to do is, process is similar. Like, you first select the instrument and then select the time frame and then load your indicator. Once you have the indicator, go to this more button and say add alert on your RSI. So there are a couple of things to be updated. So we here condition needs to be updated. We will say crossing down, RSI crossing down, a value, or we will say is 60, and once per bar close, we want the PE to be taken. So for that, we have to update the message box with this content called sell, and under notification, we'll need to update this webhook URL. We'll use the new webhook URL we created for Nifty. Copy this and paste it here. Give a name. So we'll say BN options, BN short entry. Crossing down, yeah, we'll say yes. So as you can see, the level is mentioned. You can see the level also, and the alert is also visible here. Suppose you feel that, okay, not 60, I want to make it to, say, 72, for example. You can shift it using the cursor itself, or you can go and type in the value also. Here you can say, instead of 72, I'll make it 75 or 70. It will be visible better. So you can see this level created here. Right now, this, if the RSI starts coming down and comes below, closes below this value of 70, it will trigger a PE. For that, we will need to enable the strategy also here. We'll go and update this and say paper trade. We'll make it active, right? Yeah. Meanwhile, what also has happened is, as you can see, super trend has taken a long position, right? So let us look at what has happened, and it has generated an order of buying. So let us look at what has happened to that order. You can come to my signals and see that a buy has come in. We had taken two sell positions, and buy came at so and so time, and the order has been placed for buy. and now the position running is 10 lots, 100 lots. So 15,000 short was there, that got closed, and 7,500 long position has been created. So that's how the manual trade which we took has now automatically closed that and taken a new position. So it has moved to it is the order is getting placed automatically. So if you take any position manually and after that you want to leave it to the system to automatically place orders whenever buy sell is going to come, you can do it in this manner. As simple as that. Now, for example, here we were creating for a level for PE entry, right? Similarly, we will need a CE entry. What we can do is TradingView has got a facility to clone whatever you just create. All you have to do is just say clone and make those changes. Here we will say that if the price is going to cross up a value of say 30, crossing up a value of 30, we will want a buy to be placed. You can say buy and we'll say that as long entry and save it. So you can see this level created here at 30. So any PE taken here after crossing 70 level and the RSI going down, and when it starts coming up and closes above the value of 30, the PE will be closed and the CE will be taken. And it can keep running as long as you keep this active. It is as simple as that. There's no other complexity involved, right? Uh, so for indicators or price-based actions, you will need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for long. So we saw this for short entry and this for long entry. And since we have used a rule called stop and reverse, what it will do is it will first take the PE, and when the buy has been gets triggered, we will it will close the PE and take the CE. It will take the opposite trade, the stop and reverse trade. Similarly, here also for super trend, we had used a rule called stop and reverse. So it will take the long portion and then close the short portion, close the long and take a short portion when the reversal happens. So that's why the rule is called stop and reverse. So now you can see if we get a sell signal here, the long taken will get closed and a short portion will be taken. So you can bring in any study, any study. It could be freeware available in TradingView, or you would have got some Pine script developed, or there are a lot of proprietary kind of strategies and indicators available in TradingView. If you have subscription for those, you can bring them onto your system and then automate them. Whenever there's a signal coming in, those orders can be placed automatically. Any queries on how to create these things? Any other anything specific that anybody would like to have a look at? Let me know. I can show that. So now the RSI is almost getting close below the level of 70. So and it's triggered a sell order. As you can see here, a sell has been crossed and generated alert. Let's look at what has happened to that order. Go to signals and here BN options is what we have looking at. BN options. Sell has been received sell signal at 11:27:01 and an order has been placed for buying PE, which is the ITM1. ITM2 is what we had selected, and you can see that the PE portion is running for 7,500 quantity. Now, when the RSI comes below this level of 30 that we have indicated and starts moving up, that PE will be closed and the CE will be taken. So um, all these are one-time setups that you need to do. After that, it can keep running for you smoothly. There's no intervention required. As you're aware, TradingView is hosted on a cloud. Uh, for Algomojo usage, all you have to do is every day morning at around close to market open timings, like around after 8:30 is what we recommend. After 8:30, kindly log into your broker account in Algomojo. And by default, all these strategies will be in active state. So if you have done the paper trade and the orders are going as per your expectation and you want to take a live trade, you can enable the live trade or continue using the paper trade as such. By default, it will be inactive, make them active for live or paper trade. That is all. And after that, you can shut down your computer also. You need not be sitting in front of your system. The orders will be processed and it will be placed into your account. If it is live trade into broken, or if it is paper trade, it will keep happening at the back end. Only thing that you should not do is log out from here. You should not go here and log out. If you do that, then the signals will not be processed. As long as you have logged in and say close the browser or shut down the computer, if there's no electricity or your internet is down, no problem at all. Whenever we get the signal from TradingView, we know that what is to be processed for your account, we will do it from our platform itself. Right. So as you can see, the level is almost coming there. So we need to wait for it to trigger a long entry. Any queries? Anything else? Anybody would like to understand in terms of how to create an alert, how to do a setup in TradingView? Do let me know. You can create any kind of drawings and say that, okay, I want an entry and or I want an exit. Um, you can all you have to do is update the message box with the necessary information, whether it is sell or buy, and update the webhook URL. Accordingly, the orders will get placed whenever the condition is getting matched. That's it. You can bring in any indicator, any studies, any strategies, or even you can mark the price resistance and support levels for each of those stocks. If you're trading in individual stocks, for each stock, you will need to create separate alert. Suppose you have 5 stocks, say Reliance, HDFC, ABB, whatever. For each of those, you have to create separate alerts as such for entry and exit. If it is based on indicator, if it is a super trend kind of strategy, then not an issue at all. Right? Okay. In case there are no other queries, we'll move on to our presentation. So we were looking at how to do an integration using super trend and RSI based kind of thing, or even a price based action, support or resistance level or trend line based triggers for long and short. All that can be done. Now, the process for integration using TradingView, using a strategy is that you have to first select the symbol, then select the time frame in which you want to run your strategy. It can be 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, hourly, whatever is the time frame you have running your strategy. Then load your strategy that you want to trade. Then click on that more button and say add an alert, which will give you a pop-up box. In the message, copy paste the code from Algomojo for the strategy that you had created, and then update the webhook URL. That's it. The alert will be created, and whenever the criteria get met, the orders will be triggered. Now, when you are using an indicator, for indicators, you will need to use two alert or create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Process is similar, but there's a slight difference because TradingView, since indicators themselves don't give you buy sell levels, you have to define, or user has to define when to take an entry. The box is slightly different. Uh, so similar, you select the symbol that you want to trade, time frame, and load the indicator that you want to use, and click on the more button and say add alert. So in the alert section, you have the condition to be updated and also trigger to be updated. So you can say that if the value is say more than 30, or price is crossing 30 from below, crossing down or crossing up levels, you want a buy or a sell to be done. Update these fields and create the alert, one for entry and another one for exit. So for indicators or price-based actions, the alert pop-up box will be slightly different. So you will need to update the conditions accordingly, And whenever those conditions are met, it will trigger either the long or the short buy or sell that you would have put in the message box. The content to be pasted is all given by Algomojo, so no complexity in terms of programming, coding, those kind of things. If it is simple indicators or price-based levels, you can easily update it. Yeah, update the message box and update the webhook URL. That's it. Once you create the alert, it is ready label. So the conditions, depending on the study that you're using, it will be different. So choose the condition that has you met for triggering the order. You can, after that, keep doing it. Yeah, see, in our platform, you can keep the fixed stop loss, and then there's a trailing stop loss method also available. Suppose you kept it fixed stop loss also in our system, and you want that to be trailed. Say you're sitting in front of the computer, and in the trading view, you can create an alert like this. Say, create an alert like this, and we have created this level for exit, for example. You can create it and leave it there one for one. So suppose you have taken a target level and you have defined the entry and exits. Suppose this is your stop loss which we created. You want, if you keep moving it up, whenever the price comes down below this level, it can trigger the stop loss also. So from the chart also you can trigger, or from Algomojo also you can trigger. From Algomojo also you can update the trailing stop loss. For example, let me show you. Say you created a strategy, something like this. Go to edit. And we say, for example, have kept a stop loss in terms of say points or percentage. Let's keep it as points only. Initially, you kept a stop loss of 50 points, right? And you want the trading stop loss also to be updated. So if the price moves up, say by 20 points, you want the trailing stop loss to be moved up by 5 points. You can say that initially. And then suppose you want this to be changed. If you say that, okay, instead of price moving, you have already taken a trade, stop loss is not yet hit, you come back and do this, edit this. Instead of 20, you can say 15, and you can say this as 10, and it will get updated. And whenever the price starts coming down, looking at these levels, it will trigger the stop loss. So you can keep updating these trailing stop loss also, even when the trade is running. All you have to do is go to this place, enable, if you suppose you have done paper trade, disable that, don't close the position, say no, and then go and edit the stops or the target levels. Yeah. Edit the target levels or stop loss levels and update them. When you do this, it will ask you to update. Here I'll give it as 25 and trailing stop loss as say 10 and 5. Any changes that you do, you have to go and update it. So then it gets saved, and then come back here and say resume the trade. It can be paper trade or it can be live trade. So system, you can change those values even when the trade is running. So you can do it in Algomojo also, or you can do it from TradingView also. Suppose you created something here, you want it to be changed further higher, you can do that. We have taken this as a exit level, say target level. Suppose you feel that the market is going to trend further, you can keep shifting it up higher also. These are all one-time creation. After that, it will be available always for you. Yeah, you can edit the points, stop loss, target. Suppose you initially started with say 100 points as target. You feel that it is going to be a trending day, and you instead of 100, you want to change it to say 300. So after the entry is taken, all you have to do is go back here, and suppose this trade is running. switch off the trade. If you don't switch off the trade, it will not allow you to edit. So it will ask you whether you want to close all the positions. Say no, then go to edit, and suppose you had kept a target of initially you had kept a target of 100. You change that to say 300 and update it. So initial target was 100. Now you have made it to 300. Come back here, but enable the paper trade or the live. You have to do this two steps. So go and edit and then update it and then come back and re-enable the strategy. So instead of 100 points as the target, now it will close the position when it reaches 300 points. Yeah, coming back to the uh, presentation. So indicator, the process, the trading view will have different kind of conditions depending on the study that you're using. Choose the appropriate one and update it. And whenever the condition is met, either a buy or a sell signal will be generated, and the same will be sent to Algomojo for processing. If you want to create option studies, you can option strategies. We have an extensive blog which defines step by step the process of creating option strategies. Kindly refer to this blog called algomojo.com/blog/ and suppose you want to trade in short triangle, just type in short triangle and it will take you to that page, and step-by-step process is defined under that. Now, when it comes to support, we are available, our support team is available on all working days from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 5. And you can contact us using our WhatsApp number 81055 72233, or you can call us on 8550 or you can raise a ticket uh, using our raise a ticket method, or you can send us an email. Our team will be able to get across to you and resolve any issue or any doubt that you would have and help you in terms of setups also. That's it. In case you have any queries, do let me know. We'll be happy to address them. My name is Lokesh. In case you have any coding requirement, you can send it to my email ID. We could check the feasibility and come back and tell you what will be the cost and time involved. In case if you're okay, we can take it further. Our blog is algomojo.com/blog. Great. In case if there are any queries, you can ask them. Otherwise, we could close this session now. Uh, we'll be happy to assist you in terms of any kind of setup or doubts or requirements that you would have. Please get in touch with us. Have a nice weekend. Thank you so much.